Have you ever wondered what would happen if you were stranded on a remote island, surrounded by enemies who had lost every ounce of their humanity? You might expect a quick death. But for 9 American pilots shot down over the island of Chichijima in 1944, what followed was a horror so extreme that no history book dares to detail it, and no Hollywood movie would ever dare to film it. One of those 9 pilots was lucky enough to escape and eventually become the President of the United States, George H.W. Bush. But for the other 8, their fate remains one of the most guarded and gruesome secrets in military history. Welcome to Aviation Tales. And today we are opening the forbidden files of World War II to reveal a truth that was buried for decades. Stay until the end, because this story will make you question whether humans truly remain human when the thin veil of civilization is stripped away. In September 1944, the sky over Chichijima was black with smoke as used Navy planes hammered a Japanese radio station. 9 pilots were forced to bail out into the Pacific. While George Bush was rescued by a submarine, the other 8 landed directly into the hands of the Imperial Japanese Army. They expected to be treated as prisoners of war. But they had no idea that the commander on Chichijima, General Tachibana, was a man driven by a twisted sense of brutality. The moment they were captured, they were shackled in lightless underground bunkers. Blindfolded and starving, all they could hear were the rhythmic chants of Japanese soldiers celebrating their capture, not as soldiers, but as prey. The torture began almost immediately. The pilots were denied water and food, and every few hours, they were dragged out into the blinding sun to be used as living practice targets for Japanese bayonets and katanas. Their fingernails were ripped out, and they were subjected to psychological breaking points that made death seem like a luxury. But the true horror was yet to come. General Tachibana, claiming that food supplies were low, issued an order that violated every law of God and man. He ordered a feast. Over the next few days, one by one, the American pilots were taken from their cells. After being executed, their bodies were prepared as a ceremonial meal for the high-ranking Japanese officers. This wasn't just torture, it was ritualistic cannibalism. The Japanese soldiers were told that consuming the flesh of their enemies would grant them supernatural strength and warrior spirit. The pilots were made to realize their fate while they were still alive. When the war finally ended and U.S. forces occupied the island, they found only tattered uniforms and haunting remnants. During the 1946 war crimes trials, the testimonies of the surviving Japanese guards sent shockwaves through the world. The U.S. government initially classified the details to protect the families of the fallen pilots from the unimaginable truth of how their sons really died. General Tachibana and 4 others were eventually executed for their crimes, but the sentence was a drop in the ocean compared to the suffering of those 8 men. The Chichijima Incident remains the darkest chapter of the Pacific War, a chilling reminder that in the heat of battle, man can descend into something far worse than a beast. Do you believe such depravity was a product of war's pressure, or is it a hidden part of human nature? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. For more deep, untold stories from history's darkest corners, subscribe to Aviation Tales. We'll see you in the next one.